Yo, back again for another one, man. I just want to say a quick shout out to Demonte Bynum, man. He pulled up Sunday and did the pod, man. I was able to get his story, man. That was the first time I actually shot outside, and that was cool. There's some things I want to tweak with it, but it was cool to do, you know what I'm saying, get it outside, man, get some shots up and just get his story, man. That is out now on my channel. Please go check out his story, and man, send him a message, man. He just got a new job at Greendale Martin Luther, man, with the boys varsity basketball. That's big time. So yeah, man, please check his story out. But in terms of me doing solo pods, man, I try not to do too many of these because I try to make it meaningful. If I'm gonna get on this camera by myself and say something, man, it gotta be something I feel like is important and that that's just on my heart. So yesterday I made a status about LeBron and just asked the question because I was curious, man. LeBron, in terms of just doing podcasts, yeah, he got the shop, but you don't really see LeBron on podcasts like Gil's Arena, The Pivot, Gilly and Wallo's joint. Who else got a basketball podcast? Jeff T got a podcast. Knuckleheads. What's up? Oh, yeah. No, that starts tomorrow. Yeah. But yeah, man, just saying bye to my neighbors. But yeah, man, I just wanted to just talk about in terms of just all these podcasts out there, and please hear me when I say this. This is not a black-white thing, but you got to think. Gil constantly bigs up LeBron. Carmelo Anthony, another big one, been knowing Bron since they was in high school. Definitely loves and supports LeBron. The Pivot, Ryan Clark and those guys show love to Bron. All those dudes, man, show love to Bron, and I just find it curious that I got Indiana. I want Indiana to win. Yeah, we'll see. All right, you take it easy. But yeah, man, you got all these podcasts, and please hear my heart. This is not necessarily a black-white issue, but you don't see LeBron on those platforms, and that always caused me to think and just ask the question, man, like, why doesn't Bron get on those platforms, man? Like, those dudes definitely got, good podcasts, and, they doing very well for themselves. But to have a LeBron appearance on one of their podcasts, man, I feel like, it'll break the internet, man, and just, I feel like give them a bump and a push in that industry that will, be like no other. And like, they know Bron. They've been peers, teammates, played against each other. They got history. So, that always caused me to question. And in the simple fact that, like, he'll get on with JJ Redick, he'll do some stuff with Steve Nash, have Luke on there. That's cool. I'm not against that. But, like, I just found that odd. Like, and yeah, he has the shop where he'll invite people on, but in today's podcast culture, like, guest appearances is big, and I know what that can do in terms of a podcast. So I'm just curious to know, like, why hasn't LeBron did that? And he could have a reason for that, man. He could be like, man, I'm gonna do, once I retire and I'm done playing, I'm gonna do one big tour and hit up all them guys' podcasts. That could be the case. I don't know. That's why I posed the question. But in this day and age, man, if you say anything against LeBron, bro, you gonna have the gang on your head. And after I made that status, I had plenty just pushback to it. And I gotta call out my guy Chuck Smith. Yes, we talked before this, and I told him that I was gonna bring him up. But Chuck basically said because LeBron is corporate and he's in a certain space that he's basically above doing certain things with certain people. And I just found that logic to be so crazy. And it just made me think of something just deeper than LeBron or basketball. Like with my podcast, like one day I have expectations to be bigger. I would like to have, sponsors and get to a certain level. But if I'm fortunate to do that, you would still never see me say I'm above doing stuff with anybody who has supported me in the past. I feel like that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? If you got the juice, if you on top, if you know you have influence, man, you share that. You share that with your guys who in that same space, and y'all come up together. Do I feel like you gotta help everybody who's helped you? Like, no. But if you take time to get with certain individuals, you don't have time to get with, your guys, people who call you the GOAT, you know what I'm saying? People who've showed you love over the years, you got history with. So I found that so odd. But and again, man, it gotta stop with all this. If you got one thing you disagree with LeBron, you know what I'm saying? You a hater, you know what I'm saying? You just all that, and I just don't like that. Like, as men, as people, as adults, we are entitled to our opinions, and we could disagree. That doesn't mean we hating. It doesn't mean we don't like somebody. We just disagree with a point they made, or we disagree with something they did. I would never be disrespectful to LeBron's family. I would never be disrespectful to LeBron or call him out his name or anything like that, man. I'm just curious why he hasn't appeared on some of those podcasts. But just like I said, yeah, on a deeper level, man, I just feel like, man, giving back and bringing those up if you can around you. Like with my podcast, like I was a pretty good basketball player back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I was able to be all conference and all area my senior year, but I wasn't all state. I wasn't no all American. Like, people of my grade knew me at that time, but I'm not a household name when it comes to basketball. But in terms of doing the pod, I feel like I had some household names come through. Those guys saw what I was doing, and they respected the way I came at them, and they appeared. Like, I got to shout out Greg Brown, Larrell Friend, Felix Willis, you know what I'm saying, OG George Highshaw, Humont Greer, Troy Cotton, Dupree Fletcher, Laniel Harris, Quevin Winters, who else, man? Tony Main. Who else been on the pod, man? My homie Marcus Smith. Like, all, and please forgive me if I missed your name. It's a bunch of y'all. But like, they didn't see me as somebody who I'm above. They saw what I had going on, wanted to look out and support, and they helped me grow. And I'm appreciative of that. And if I'm able to get this podcast to a certain height, I got relationships with all those guys now. If they need anything from me, my line is always open. Of course, I'm gonna continue to push and do what I got to do to grow my brand, but I'm not gonna forget the people who supported me when I was at a certain level. Like, and that's what it's about at the end of the day. Like, I feel like we as black people can't have that mindset. Yeah, when you get to a level, there are certain things you don't have any business doing. But also there are certain things you shouldn't forget. And remembering those who showed you love, bigged your name up, constantly support you, you don't forget those people. Or call them peons, or are they all small fish? Like, nah. Had it not been for those people bigging up your name probably wouldn't even be what it is now. I ain't talking about LeBron. I just mean in general. But and then not even just black people, just people in general. Because let's say, you know what I'm saying, you get big time and then you have a slip up and the world is against you. You're gonna be looking for people to have your back. And if you shunned all those people who helped you out in the past, they ain't gonna want to come around you when you need some help. So it's important to like never burn bridges, never, you know, put yourself on a pedestal or a mountain peak as though you too good for anything. And that's what the message is today, man. I understand that you can't help everybody. You can't bring up everybody. But if you're gonna take time to do something with a certain group, man, take time to give that same energy to those who've been bigging you up before you even knew the people over there. So again, I don't know. It could be something LeBron got planned in the future. I don't know at the end of the day. But I was just curious, and I just know with me, what I got going on, like anybody that's helped me, rooted for me, gave me a like, gave me a share, whatever, like I'ma always keep that in my heart and always remember those people, and especially the guys I just named. Oh yeah, Jalen McLeod. Who else, man? Dang, David Lopez. I'm trying to show everybody love, man. Crispy Chris. Oh, to the GOAT himself, man. Gollin Smith, aka G the Barber, man. He's celebrating 30 years this year in terms of his shop. Man, he even blessed the pod. The fact that I was able to get somebody like G, who in terms of the barbers of Milwaukee, G top tier. In my opinion, he top of the list. But I reached out to him. He saw what I was doing and he pulled up and blessed the pod, man. And I'm ever grateful for that. And that's what it's about at the end of the day, man. Wanting to support people you see trying to do something. So yeah, shout out to you too, G, man. All of y'all, man. The people who have come on my pod, supported me, let me get their stories. It's love. And if I'm able, you know, God willing, to get to a certain level, I'm not gonna forget y'all at all. And that's what I would hope LeBron's energy is for some of his peers, you know, like Gil, Melo. I understand why he can't do Shannon Sharp right now. I get that. But even still, not forgetting Shannon, man, because Shannon constantly praises his name. So yeah, man, that's it, man. I'm about to get back into this house, man, because my little girl crying, man. I just wanted to take 15-20 minutes to do the pod real quick, man. But I would just ask y'all, man, just keep following what I got going on in terms of, like, you know what I'm saying, my interviews and just my shows that I do. Please like, share, and subscribe. I know it's cliche to say, but all of it helps, man. We trying to get to that monetization level. In terms of subscribers, we're close. But in terms of like the watching hours, you got to be over a certain level to get, you know, qualified to be monetized. I'm like halfway there, but I'm almost there with the subscription. So I just ask that y'all just please keep showing me love, man, and just tuning in, man. It all helps. Hopefully, man, I got some more content coming soon in terms of interviews, maybe some haircut videos, some shorts, who knows, man. I try to be versatile with the channel, man. But that's all I got, man. At the end of the day, the message is, man, definitely keep grinding and aspire to reach, you know, big heights. But at the same time, if you can reach back and pass the plug, share the wealth, you know what I'm saying, help out those who in the same spot that you once were in, I think that's big time. You ain't obligated to do it, but moving like that only helps the city. It helps the world at the end of the day, man. But that's all I got, man. My kids wildin'. I'm about to get in there. Man, y'all take it easy, man. This Cut Talk, Mark Pace. We out.
As long as we're alive, we got a chance.